much for noticing. I just picked it up for Mary's millinery after going to the bank and running several errands. Didn't she do a lovely job?
It is very nice. May I see it?
But of course.
Oh, it is magnificent. The color, everything about it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, sorry, I dropped your hat. Miss Maggie, how could you be so careless? Oh, now I must go back to the millinery, have it repaired and cleaned. You have ruffled, I mean absolutely ruffled my feathers.
I am so sorry.
Good day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank goodness they're gone. Now this is all mine.
Oh, Maggie.
I guess they put all his.
I haven't seen you in a while. I guess the saloon is keeping you very busy. Here. I'm looking for Miss B. She went to Mary's millinery today to get her new hat. I want to see it. It can't possibly be as pretty as my hat. Have you seen her?
No, I haven't seen her yet today.
Well, she's usually in the park walking her big dog. You know, the big dog Spike, you know, the big black one about the size of a pony. And oh, she's usually carrying a bag just like that one.
I really must be going now, Miss Annabelle. Good day to you.
Oh, Maggie. Maggie, you dropped your bag. Well, I might as well take a look and see what's in it, right? This new French corset is so tight, but it does show off my perfect 18-inch Victorian waistline. Okay, 30, who's counting? If this belonged to Maggie, there can't be anything important in it anyhow. I think I'll go to town and see if I can find Miss B and look at her very ordinary hat.
So did you hear about the new deputy?
What did the new deputy do?
Well, I have it on good authority from Mrs. Jones, who heard it from Mrs. Smith, who then heard it from Mrs. Schultz, that he's been seeing somebody, and look what I found.
I saw it first.
Did not.
I did so. I was looking straight at it.
You were not. You were looking at this nice-looking cowboy in the red shirt.
The red shirt right
The
there?
red shirt.
He is cute. Hi. But I was looking at the bag and not at the guy.
On guard. It is mine. I saw
No,
it first.
it's mine. I did see it first.
You
No,
did not.
I saw it first.
No, it is mine.
No.
You fight like a girl.
Well, I am a girl, and that's my bag.
You are an old bag.
Don't you say that about me.
Oh, you dented my corset.
Oh my goodness, I dented her corset with that little poke. You dented my corset. But wait a minute. I borrowed this corset last week. And who do you think I borrowed it from? I borrowed it from you.
No.
Now you got two dented corsets. Oh well, two of them. Two dented corsets. All right, come on. I'll buy you a cup of tea, but I'm not buying you a new corset.
It's probably just dog poo anyway.
Oh, those golden slippers. Oh, those golden slippers. Oh, what a beautiful day for a stroll in the park. Oh my. What's this? heavens to Betsy, this corset.
Don't touch that bag. Some poor soul dropped that bag, and I'm sure they're coming back for it.
Well, how do you know that's not mine?
How do I know? Because you were looking this way and that way and looking all this. That's how I know.
Well, I'm gonna take it anyway, so there.
Oh, really? Well, if you do, I will tell your husband that I saw you and the new handsome deputy behind the schoolhouse.
You wouldn't!
Oh, wouldn't I? Because you stole the sheriff from me.
Oh, he didn't want you anyway,
Oh.
and I don't want that bag.
Good. Well, we got rid of her, didn't we?
Yes, we
my
did.
bag. I didn't know where I left it. Oh, my
Is
goodness.
this your bag?
Yes, it is. Were you going to take it?
Take it? No. We knew that someone left it here and that they would be back for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been so upset that I haven't found my bag.
Really?
Yes.
The only thing is we were a little curious about what's inside the bag.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, we really want to know.
Okay, you asked for it.
Oh gosh. Miss B, you need to wash those.
I finally got my husband to take them off since the weather got nicer. It's been a long winter season. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our performance. We are the Shady Ladies of the Prescott Regulators and their Shady Ladies. We enjoyed your spending time with you, and have a great day. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our town marshal.
Howdy, folks. How y'all doing this fine day? As the young lady said, I am the new town marshal. My name is William Standiford, and I've been probably the past 4 or 5 years I've been the new town marshal here. And as you know, the town was just founded 14 years ago, and it's growing, and it's becoming a wild and woolly place. We got some bad men coming into town, drinking, causing problems, but that's why I'm here. I'm your town marshal. So I hope you all are enjoying your stay in town. I'd like to welcome you all. Now, I realize there's not a whole lot to do in this town yet, but we're growing. We're growing. And I tell you what, this 4th of July, if you're all gonna be around, we're gonna have a turkey shoot right downtown. And one of our newest members from out of town just moved in. As a matter of fact, he's up there at Thumb Butte working at a sawmill right now. I believe his name is Virgil Earp. Y'all might have heard of him. Well, he's a crack shot. He's gonna come down and try to get that turkey too. So if you're gonna come down and compete, I suggest that you practice up because he's a really good shot. With that being said, if y'all see anything going on you don't think is proper, or some people, bad men, giving you a hard time, you come and find me or my deputy and we'll take care of it. So with that, I'd like to introduce to you a couple of our local townsfolk. First off, we got us a trooper. He's from out there in Fort Whipple. Now them Fort Whipple boys, they come into town on Friday and Saturday night. They cause problems, so I got to keep them in line. But here he is Trooper Dennis from out in Fort Whipple.
Good morning, ladies and gents. How are y'all doing today? Yeah, I just arrived at Fort Whipple and showing off my new uniform. It's 1874 model, and I'm a first sergeant. You know by the diamonds on my chevron. And I'm carrying the newest carbine for the cavalry. And this is a breech loader, like so. Shoots a cartridge about that big. about 600 yards.
No, she's okay.
And then I'm also carrying the latest pistol from our friend Sam Cole, called Peacemaker, the 45 caliber. Anyway, I've got some breeches on, and you'll notice I've got extra lining on the inside for rubbing against the wear on the saddle. So they gave us nice wool on a day like today. And so anyway, my pants don't wear out so much in my seat. That's why that is. So anyway, you know, I'm happy talking with you, and I'll try to keep the marshal from having an excuse to come up and hauling us away and hauling my troopers away because they were allegedly drunk. Marshal, here's yours.
He's a typical Yankee, always wearing out the britches, especially on the seat, but you know how that goes. Next off, we've got a lady here, and she can be mean at times, and I'm sure most of you remember it too from your school days, but I'd like to introduce to you now our local school marm, Miss Barbara.
Good morning, class. Good morning. So I'm the new school marm here in town. It's good to see you all this morning. As you can see, we all dress very plainly. We didn't get much money. Teachers today still don't get much money. So we have to live with what we've got. We weren't allowed to marry, had to live in a boarding house or with a family. So I just have a plain skirt on, plain boots, cotton blouse. Nothing fancy. I'm not a Victorian lady. I'm just a little old school marm, ready to teach a class this morning. You guys ready? You're ready. I think you're the class joker. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See? Got problems for you. So anyway, you all have a nice day. Enjoy the class. Enjoy the rest of the fashion show. And we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early. I'll ring the bell. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, she's in a good mood this morning. I think she took her medicine. Yeah, we've got this soul that's coming up now I'd like to introduce you to, and be kind to her. I think she's kind of lost because, well, I'll let her explain it to you, but I think she's been out in the sun in the desert too long. So with that, here's our bathing beauty.
By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm from California, and I'm looking for the beach. Anybody got an idea where I should go? It doesn't seem to be here anywhere. But then you know California's full of beaches. But this isn't California, is it? I guess I'm lost. Let me tell you what I have on. This is an 1880s bathing suit, and it is made out of flannel. So you know when you get in the water, what happens? It shrinks, and it gets very heavy. So it has an overskirt that goes with it, and then I have little pants. Then you have to cover up your legs because women were supposed to be very virtuous. So when you went to the beach, you were pretty much covered. So these are wool socks, and the shoes I have on, you can actually go in the water with them. So when you're walking on stones, you don't hurt your feet. Now back in those days, they also had a thing that was made out of wood with wheels, and it was like a little outhouse. And you would go in it, and they would push it out into the ocean, so you could get out, and you never bathed with a young man. Never. Only ladies bathed together. So, this is... Now, wouldn't you like to wear this? Yes. And I have actually been swimming in it. So, I know it gets very heavy. So thank you and have a very good day. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Well, ma'am, there ain't no beach around, but there's a big old cattle trough up there. I'm sure it's got some water in it. You go up there and cool off. Now, Now, how many of you all have been downtown to our fine drinking establishments on Whiskey Row on Saturday night? None of you? Well, I'll tell you what, it's a rip-roaring place, and you get the gamblers in there, you get the drinkers, you get the people out there dancing and hooting and hollering. Well, I'd like to introduce to you now the lady that's in charge of hiring the entertainment for you all. And she does a pretty good job of it. So I'd like to introduce Miss Krista, the entertainment director for the Palace Saloon.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Marshall. Hello, everyone. How is everyone today? You might think I look like the lady that was on a while ago, but I'm nicer than she is. She was my twin sister. I'm a lot nicer. I live in the 1880s. And you guys are all in the 21st century. You have things we don't even know about. You have television. We don't have television. You have cell phones, you have radio, but you do have something that I like, and I think I'm going to use it at some point. You have something called visual aids. That's to help you tell your story. Well, let me tell you about the entertainment we have in our town. And no, I'm not going to talk about the brothels and the saloons. You already know about those, I bet. No, I'm going to talk about things like church. On Sunday morning, all the women would get their prettiest hats and put them on, and the men would grab their Bibles, and everybody would jump either in their buckboard or they would walk from town to go to the church. And it was wonderful because everybody enjoyed it. We sing songs, sing hymns, and just get blessed, and it's just a wonderful time. And you also get to get caught up on the gossip. Like, who's that strange lady in town? And there might be a strange lady because a lot of women came in from the east looking for husbands, because the shopkeeper and the miners and the ranchers and the homesteaders were all looking for somebody to do all the work they couldn't do, let's face it. So there would be ladies that would come out and they would get together with the men, and somebody would decide it was a wedding time, and they would get married at the church. That was another thing we did at the church. And it was a great time for that too. Time to reflect on your own marriage and how happy you are. Or one or the other. It was wonderful. And then a couple of times a year, we would have what was called the community social. And people would come from Skull Valley and Chino, and the Fort Whipple would bring their wives, the officers would bring their wives, and we'd have a picnic. And everybody would bring a big basket of food to share with everybody. It was always so pleasant to eat all the different types of food that everybody brought. And there would be lots of dancing and just carrying on for the entire evening. Some would even stay over and do it later, work later in the night. It was lots of fun. Okay, what else did we do in town? Oh yes, one of our cowboys would say, "My horse is faster than your horse." No, he's not. He is too. Before you know it, the whole town knows that there's going to be a horse race tomorrow morning. Everybody starts betting. I'm betting on Whiskey Joe. He can be good. I'm betting on this one. So, first thing, the next morning, sure enough, the cowboys, their horses are down there at the start of town, and somebody shoots off a gun and they race and run like crazy, and there's yelling and screaming. You can imagine, yo, come on, Whiskey Joe, come on, Slim, you gotta beat this guy, you know. And then, of course, after it's all over with, there's talk for weeks about who cheated, how much I won, and all that kind of stuff, or bragging rights because I did win. We also have people come in from out of town, and that's always interesting. Sometimes we'll have a boxer come in, a prize fighter, and he will challenge all the men in town to fighting one-on-one in a ring. And this goes on all day long until the boxer gets really tired, or he's won all the money he's got to win, or there's no more men left to fight him because they've kind of seen what happens when that happens, so they don't want to do it anymore. So then the prize fighter will leave and go to the next town. Then, if we're lucky, we get the circus to come in town. And my favorite part of the circus is the jugglers. They are, how do they do it? They've got all these 5, 6 balls and they're jumping and putting them up in the air and catching them, and they are so talented and so good at how they are catching all these balls. And the children go up to them and say, "Oh, you are so good, teach me how to do this, would you? I don't know how." Oh, such a good time. I know you're in the 21st century. Have you ever heard of a man called William Shakespeare? Have you? Yeah, well, in 1880, he is adored by everyone. He's an English playwright, and a lot of actors would come to our town, and they would recite some of the plays that he did. Things like, "To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it's nobler," I forgot the rest. I forgot. But that was always interesting. Ah, yes. And then we would have the town hall, we would have women come from France, and they would do this dance called the can-can. And I don't, for the life of me, understand why the men thought it was so good, because I thought it was so silly. Dancing the can-can, showing your legs and all this stuff. I never understood it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But there you have it. And music. If we're really lucky, we get to have a wandering minstrel come in town. And he will play music for us. And, oh, look, it's like Ja Ray. Let's give him a big hand. Yay.
Howdy, pards.
Howdy.
Okay.
In the Old West, wandering troubadours like me were important to the Old West pioneers. Why? Because we played the music, otherwise they couldn't hear. They were pursuing their dreams, but everything got in the way. Vast distances, harsh environment, angry Indians, and there was scarce food and bad water. The water was so bad. Got it.
There we go.
It was safer to drink whiskey. So when they needed their dreams fired up again, they would go in search of a handy saloon or a theater or a dance hall where they could find whiskey or beer and live music. Of course, that was the only way you could get it in those days. This next tune was a favorite of Wild Bill Hickok. He was known to go into a saloon, grab a fiddle, and play this tune, but he would play it poorly. Of course, nobody wanted to tell him he was playing it poorly. It's called Buffalo Gals. It was originally written to compliment the ladies of Buffalo, New York, back in the 1850s. But then it moved west along with the pioneers after the Civil War, and as it did so, it came to represent all the ladies of the West who were looked on as being particularly hardy, like the buffalo. So as we present this, please feel free to clap along. As I was lumbering down the street, and some gal I chanced to meet. She was fair to view. Buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I asked her, would you wanna talk? Wanna talk? Her feet took on the whole sidewalk as she stood next to me. come out tonight, come out tonight. Mother little gal, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I asked her, would you wanna dance? Wanna dance, wanna dance. I thought that I might have a chance to shake foot with her. Mother little gal, won't you come out tonight, come out tonight, come out tonight. Mother little gal, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Well, I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking and her hip kept a rocking and her toe kept a knocking. Danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking and we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight, come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I said, Buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight, come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Prescott Regulators and they're Shady Ladies. Gentlemen, watch your wallets. With that, we conclude our show today for you. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be around if you'd like some pictures taken or just to meet and greet and talk for a while. But again,
We want pictures.
great, great. So we will be here. Thank you all very much for inviting us here. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Regulators, take a bow.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Can I take somebody in when I'm going in? Anybody want to go in?
Okay.